Hey, so I just had a dream. I didn't just have a dream. This is a dream I had tonight. I'm thinking of Charles Manson. I'm thinking of Rhett from Rhett and Link doing the Charles Manson impression. I wonder how I look. Also, this writing right here, this specific writing right here, is not, that is my mother. Okay, but everything else is my writing. Anyways, that is my mother's writing. I mean, like, this specific part is my mother's writing. That's my mother's writing. That's my mother's writing. That's my mother's writing. That's my mother's writing. That's. Do I have a good voice? Do I have a sexy voice? I read. I think I was looking up my astrology sign, or I might have been asking AI about, like, something about my birth, like, I don't know, something like my birthday, or something about, like, what is, what does my name mean? And it said, like, either people with my astrology sign, I'm a Virgo. People with my astrology sign, or people with, like, my people that are named Liam, like, people think they have a sexy voice. So that's just been in my mind. That has been in my mind quite for a strangely amount of constantly constancy constantly, a strange amount constantly, a constantly. We need to update the English language a lot. That's been in my mind a lot. Anyways, here's a dream I have. I had today. So the last time I had to sleep. This is the dream. This is one of the dreams I had, anyways. Or I'm just gonna say dreams, or whatever. So I had a dream where I was in Dead by Daylight. I think so. It was in Dead by Daylight. Like, if Dead by Daylight was real. It was like, if Dead by Daylight was real. So it wasn't like I didn't know it was a game, or maybe I knew it was a game a little bit, or something like that. I think this is at least my second dream that I've had in my life that I've been in Dead by Daylight. The other dream I had, anyways. So the other dream that I had, like, over a year ago probably, was about, it was like the hospital map, the inside hospital map, Leroy's something, it was the one that came with the doctor. But it was different. It was obviously a different vibe and a different, like, color tint than that map, and it was a different type of map. But it was just like, I think it was the inside of a hospital or mental asylum or something like that. Anyways, hold on, let me get this. Okay. So, anyways, this dream was more so in, like, like the grassy type maps. Not grassy, like the grassy with, like, the Auto Haven type maps. It was more like one of those maps, like grassy, and then, some, like, kind of like a dump, kind of like a trash dump type map. Do I look handsome and attractive? I feel like I look handsome and attractive. I feel like I've been thinking. I've either been thinking that been looking more handsome and attractive, or been being more handsome and attractive. I think it's been both. Anyways, so I have my mother's eyes, I think. I don't know. I'm not sure what my father looks like, but I think I have my mother's eyes. Like, the kind of, like, things like prey eyes or whatever. I like my eyes, but, like, I think they're called prey eyes. Like the, like, look maxing. What am I even talking about? We need to get into the video. Which is about the dream that I had tonight, and I wanted to make this video because it's a good dream, and I think it means a lot, and I want to get my dreams out on the video. at the same at the same time, I don't want to be talking about my dreams on my. Anyways, no, I don't even want to get into that. So the dream I had, Dead by Daylight, was real. I was like a survivor. If you don't know what Dead by Daylight is, it's where you basically it's like a horror game type video game, and it's like a where it's 4 survivors versus 1 killer. Oh, I kind of want to get into that game again, but I kind of want to get into gaming, although I know I should not get into gaming. Man, fuck! Why does Illuminati exist, dude? Why are we getting so oppressed? A part of me just wants to play fucking Dead by Daylight, play these games, and get fucking wrapped in it. But then I know I gotta be part of the fucking revolution, dude, and people are getting fucking murdered and killed. Anyways, so, my dream, it was, basically what Dead by Daylight is. Dead by Daylight is like, so that was 4 survivors, 1 killer, and it's like, you're on a, what's called a map, which is just a level. What a level is like you're on, imagine like, airsoft or like paintball. It's like if you were in like an enclosed space. I'm kind of talking as if I'm talking to somebody who doesn't know what a video game is. So it's like airsoft. It's like it's like laser tag. Like laser tag, like the enclosed laser tag whole area, like the whole playing ground. And then imagine one person is a killer, and then there's 4 people that are the survivors. Now imagine that there's like the laser tag area, however, it's like grassy and pipes are sticking out of the ground, and there's a dude with a chainsaw, and they have to literally murder, they have to injure, it's called injure the survivors. So you injure your survivors with chainsaw, and then they go on the ground. So there's 3 states. There's the healthy and the injured, and then the dying state, or I think the dying state. And you hit them. Well, sometimes you can hit them with your chainsaw once, and they get into the dying state. But usually, or no, I'm sorry, you hit them with your mallet to get them into the injured state. So that way they're like limping. They're the same speed for some reason. Even though that doesn't make any sense, because these people at fucking that make these games are just fucking retarded as shit. They need to put me, dude. I need to start making. Dude, these people that make these games are so fucking retarded. Just make me CEO. I will get your games to a fucking $1 trillion fucking game. I will fix all your bugs. I will fucking make your game a fucking amazing, dude. You fire your whole fucking team that puts fucking. Your one fucking update is to put a fucking pride flag in your fucking game about murderers. Anyways. Dude, am I becoming racist and homophobic? I've been watching too much Sam Hyde, dude. Anyways. Basically, yeah, so there's a killer and then 4 survivors. You basically win the game. The killer wins the game by putting the survivors into the dying state, then lifting their bodies and putting them on a hook. Once the survivors get on a hook, a big spider comes down and basically impales the survivors with the spider's legs, and then lifts them up into the air and then through a portal. So that's how basically. Oh, it's called yeah. So the killer wins by sacrificing these survivors to the entity, which is the spider-like being. It's actually a really cool concept for the game. You guys are not doing a good job so far on the game, is what I will say. Anyways, so yeah, that's basically the gist of the game. But I had a dream where it was real, like it was actually happening to me. Not so much like the entity and everything and the spider, but like I was getting chased by the Texas Chainsaw Massacre guy, Leatherface, but it was like in the video game style of that game, and it was like it had like the same rules of the game. Like I had to like jump and do parkour in the windows and everything. You know, I think no, actually no, it wasn't like that, but it was just kind of like that. Kind of like it was like I knew what the rules were, but also I was breaking the rules because I was actually I was climbing on stuff as well. It was weird, you know, like the rules of the game, like the programming of the game. Oh my god, dude, the Matrix. We need to fucking break our programming. Ah, dude, we need a revolution. Anyways, so fucking hell, dude. So yeah. So anyway, so okay. Texas Chainsaw, the Leatherface was chasing. Okay, I need to stop acting like I'm being a comedian, like I'm being cute. Okay, I need to lock in. The Leatherface was chasing after me, and I was scared, and he had a chainsaw, and so I basically got onto a I got onto some trash or some like furniture. I got a lot of furniture in my room, but like I got onto some furniture and some trash, and there's one tiny little black bookshelf, like black shelf, yes. So basically, I got like it was actually it kind of looked like this. It kind of looked like this. So I was crawling on this stuff. I was crawling on all this furniture, trying to get away from the Chainsaw Massacre guy. So but imagine the Chainsaw Massacre guy is right here, and then he's right here, and then like he was standing right here. Like if this stuff wasn't here, he's standing right here, and I was like sitting down on here or so, because I remember sitting down because I was climbed on, you know, some furniture and stuff down here, and then I sat down on a piece of furniture or trash, and he was like breaking everything, and then what I did was there was this black shelf. This black shelf was in my dream or very similar, and I basically moved this in front of like the Chainsaw Massacre guy, like because I was just scared. It wasn't going to stop him, but I was just scared. Like I was like, I was moving because I was like moving stuff in front to try to not get killed. And I remember what I did. Something happened. We actually had communication. So me and the Texas Chainsaw, the Leatherface guy. Oh my god, this is a crazy dream. We had communication, and I don't know who's I think I was like saying, please don't kill me, please stop, and he was like saying like I have to kill you, or like, and I think he was into killing me obviously he was into killing me, like he wanted to kill me, but because I moved the black shelf in front of him, like in our path, because he was on the ground like with his chainsaw or with his like, you know, getting furniture out the way because he was gonna kill me, and I was sitting on top of a piece of furniture moving that, and I was like saying, please stop, don't kill me, don't fucking kill me, or something like that. I was saying don't kill me, something like that, and I think I just was saying too much stuff, and it was a point of like, you know, he was like having to kind of it was a point of like he was kind of like having to awkwardly move stuff, and he was like having to like put this over here, I'm gonna kill you, and at some point I think it got a little bit like personal, and because of like just the awkward, it wasn't just like I'm chasing after you and I'm killing you, like he was like, put this here and I'm gonna kill you, but put this here, I'm gonna kill you, you know. So I think I got a little bit personal with him, maybe, and I think I was I was like pleading in such a like emotional way, but I was also pleading a kind of like not a sort like an intelligent way, you know. There's a lot of pride I have in this dream, or like just a lot of maybe pride that I have in this dream that I'm looking back on it today, and so I wanted to say what the dream was because I don't want to forget the dream. And I think, but I was communicating in like not like a stereotypical woman would complain about getting murdered. I wasn't being like, don't fucking kill me, please. I was being like, don't fucking kill me. You don't have to do this. And I was like, I don't know, something about the way I was saying don't kill me. Or I wasn't saying don't kill me. That was the thing. I wasn't saying don't kill me. I was like pleading with him. Maybe I was saying like you're not this isn't you. I don't know what I was saying. I'm not sure what I was saying, but at some point I think he actually started to talk. And he was like I got to do this, or like I'm gonna kill you, but there's like a little thing in him, and eventually I think I got him to like be like to like actually say something, like actually like say something other than like, because at first he wasn't saying anything the whole time. He was like probably, but then at some point of him moving this shit and this trash to get to me. By the way, I might be having it sound like it was like a mountain of trash. It was like I was on one trash thing and behind like a couple pieces of furniture. It wasn't like he was crawling on trash trying to get to me, and it was tiring, and it wasn't like we were on a mountain, a hill of trash, and he was like, oh, I'm gonna kill you. And I was like, please don't do it. I was like sitting on like a one piece of furniture, and then like, or like a couple pieces of furniture stacked up, and then there was like two pieces of furniture. Actually, I think it was like one of like 2 or 3 of these type pieces of furniture. And then I was like above this furniture, sitting on another piece of furniture, sort of. I don't want to explain it because I'm not sure how to explain it in a way. I don't want to just dive into the. Matter of fact, I could just dive into it, but I also want to get to my point because I don't want to forget too much about the dream. I like making these videos, man. I've been just doom scrolling and depression and just fucking on my phone and just fucking horrible state the whole day, like for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours. Since like 7 a.m., it's like now probably around 6 p.m., just like in the worst, horrible state. Horrible, emotional anxiety, like that, just that numb, paralyzed state. So when me saying this is like actually helping me a lot. So, right. Yeah. So, at some point I got to him emotionally a little bit. And I don't know exactly how it went, but it was like I convinced him to not kill me. Yeah, so I convinced him to not kill me, or like, there's something and this is an important part of it that I'm going to say. I felt bad for him. Like, emotional, and I could feel the emotion. By the way, I physically feel emotions. I don't know. This person in my comment section is Ellis Marie. LSD? Ellis Marie? Is that why your name is like that? I've been listening to a lot of Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds by the Beatles. And I think Lucy Sky Diamonds, they like put that code in there. And then John Lennon, when he was interviewed, was like, oh no, that was like, my daughter gave me a drawing of, and she said it was Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds. And I thought that was just fantastic. So I put that in a song. I had no idea that the first letters of Lucy in the Sky and Diamonds made LSD. He was trying to say that in an interview. There's something weird with the Beatles, dude. There's something weird. Something is going on with the Beatles. Some type of dark, occultish type stuff, okay? I will say that. I mean, obviously, but like something, like, obviously it's like kind of occultish, and like drugs and everything, and like they got the Aleister Crowley in the album cover of Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. But I don't know who Aleister Crowley is, other than like a few sentences I've heard about him being a fucking bad cult person. But I got that from like I think like a slop AI narrator voice on YouTube Shorts, so I don't know. But there's something weird there's many things that I've found weird about the Beatles. I've already went into a video of it that I haven't edited it and recorded, so don't really want to say it right now. But there's just a lot of weird things that I've been noticing about the Beatles. I should make a video about that. Yeah, I should make a video about that. Matter of fact, I'm gonna just jot that down. Just jot that down in my journal, you know. Also, hold on. I should get back to the dream soon, I know, but let me just... I kind of enjoy getting off on tangents, okay? Crap. All right. I need some new mechanical pencils. Do you see my butt crack? Okay, let me jot down YouTube video idea. Wait, it's low-key satisfying to write with this pencil for some reason. Normally writing, maybe it's like there's something, gosh, dude. This should be the thumbnail. There's something I don't like about... can I put myself in the shot? There's something I don't like about writing with these pencils. There's something like... I don't like it. It's like, you know, that, like... If I get another fucking ringing in my fucking ears... These fucking AI technocrats are putting ringers in my ears through the fucking electronics, through their fucking 5G towers. So there's something I don't like about these pencils. And now I think like the ringing fucking completely messed up my mental health. What if they're now putting thought, like it just affecting the way I speak? And this is not even the way I would speak. They're like corrupting the potential of the way I would speak right now, because now for some reason I don't feel excited about the way I speak. But is that because... do I not feel excited and I feel like something's wrong? Is it because of my fear of them putting ringers in my ear, putting thoughts in my head and putting whatever, or it just affecting the way I think? Is it because my fear of that and my belief that is logically real and something that is happening to some degree? Or is it that is actually happening? Or it's probably both, right? Anyways, let me just write down this idea before I get off on 2 more tangents. I've been getting off on a lot of tangents recently. I should just make a video where I just get off on tangents. I guess that is what I make a video where the start of it is purposely to get off on tangents. That'll be probably my next video if I have storage on this fucking phone, dude. Okay. YouTube video idea. These strange, suspicious things I have seen transfer videos to Chromebook Liam. This part of the video could be not... This part of the video could be scrapped on... this part of the video could be scrapped on my main channel. I might, because I have another channel. I have two. I made it. I've not. Well, yeah, I made a second channel, but then recently, I've been using it to upload full, like the full unedited clips, that go into my videos. Because sometimes I put a little edit here. Like honestly, for the past like years, like year or two maybe, I haven't really been making any videos with the intent or purpose or like thoughts, really, like too much of a thought of like, oh, I'm going to edit this, oh, I'm going to, mainly it's been just like intentionally unedited, intentionally like raw in a way type. I am raw, dude. Intentionally unedited type content. Anyways, let me. Oh my god, I wanted to write down this idea. Okay. Okay. Should I make a Patreon? I need money. Well, I don't need money. I really want a little bit of money. I just want, well, obviously there's some things that I actually really should have in my body. Like I don't eat enough. I don't have like my birth document, my birth certificate, stuff like that. I don't have, the stuff that I need to get me into a position where I feel safe. Although obviously I could do that anytime if I wanted to mentally, but I don't have like enough soundproofing stuff. I don't have enough stuff to live on my own. I don't have like a car or anything yet. I don't have like, but there's stuff like a computer, USB drive that like I can attach to my phone or attach somehow to my phone and somehow to my Chromebook or somehow to my Chromebook, but at least to my phone so that I can store YouTube videos so that I don't constantly run out of space, because that has been probably one of the couple main reasons why. It is the main reason. Obviously, it's not the main reason, because the main reason is because of my motivation to not clear space and whatever. But it is one of the main reasons why I have not been making a lot of YouTube videos, because like there's literally two 2-hour videos that are in my camera roll, plus like other videos like clips of videos that I haven't uploaded just because I'm procrastinating, just because I'm depressed. Okay, just because I'm depressed, and it's just like I'm just in that numb state, dude. Numb, paralyzed state. So if I could just transfer the videos to a USB drive so I could focus on making videos and doing that, then that'll probably build up my mental health so that I can actually go back to those original videos and edit those videos or upload those videos. You know what I'm fucking saying, dude? Grr. So I should get a USB. But that's what I just want money, but I don't want to ask anybody for money. And when I first, or like a couple months ago, I had the line of thinking of, if anybody gave me money, I want to give them that same amount of money and like twice as much money, or like a little bit over twice as much, or even like 5 times as much money as they gave me, because I just want that to be a thing, I want that because, number one, like I know that will bring me more money from the universe. I know that will bring me, like, even a karmic way, I know that'll bring me more success and more of everything that I want in the future if I pay people back twice as much. And just because, it's just the right thing to do. And like, well, number one is because it's the right thing to do. Like, I know people I say that, like, because I just added in, oh, because it's the right thing to do. But that's the number one reason. And that's the number one reason a lot of people do a lot of stuff, is because it's the right thing to do. And they say, like, oh, it's because of karma, or, oh, it's because of, like, you know, because that's, you know, what you're supposed to. No, you did it. You do it because you want to, it's not even because you want to feel good, not necessarily anyways. It's because it's the right thing to do, and be proud of that. Be proud of that. Anyways, I don't even know what I was saying. Should I get back to the point of the video, the dream point of the video? Anyways, yeah. If anybody wants to give me money... Oh, okay. How about this? I know, and I feel kind of cringe, because I know that probably nobody's probably going to give me money for at least a long time, because my videos aren't that popular, and I don't... None of the people that watch my videos on a consistent basis are probably going to give me money. But if anybody is going to give me money, and this is still in the video, or it is going to be, well, this what I'm saying right now is going to be in a video that I release. Probably it's probably this part of the video is probably going to be in my on my second channel, which is a Trippy Boy Unedited. So capital A, Trippy Boy, space, I think it's lowercase n, unedited. Lowercase. So capital. You know what? Okay, whatever. A Trippy Boy Unedited, and it's a capital. Whatever. Trippy Boy Unedited. That's that. Trippy Boy Unedited. So yeah. Anyways, if anybody does want to give me money, I haven't made a video. There's not really ways to do that right now, but there are, like, I could make a Patreon or something, or if you hit me up on my comment saying, like, oh, I want to give you money, I might accept that. Anyways, so if you do, then I will pay you back twice as much as you give me. So that's I will do that. That'll, like, be, well, I'm not gonna say I will, because I could get nuked, or I could get bombed, or I could have, like, a brain aneurysm. Maybe, I don't know if brain aneurysms even exist, but I could have, you know, something, you know, a car accident. I don't know. So that's why I don't like to make. That's the reason why I don't like to make absolutes. But I will try, and, like, actually try to give you twice back the amount of money within a decent enough time frame, you know. So that's my promise to anybody, and that's not even. That's like what I was already planning on doing, and that's what I probably would have done all the time if anybody ever, like, gave me money, like, in that type of way. Anyways, let me get back. Anything? I know I got off on a lot of tangents there. A lot of. I know I branched off, but is there anything specific that I am excited that I want to keep talking about before I get back to my dream? There's the Beatles. Then there's the, you know, the revolution, AI technocrats. I do want to talk about that, but I'm not sure if I want to talk about that too much on technology. By the way, there's, like, 4 fucking flock cameras very close to my house. One, like, literally on, like, damn near, like, basically on my street corner, but not on my street corner. But if you turn left, if you turn from my street one turn, and then you go in like maybe 50 feet is a flock camera just on the corner right there, on that street corner. But like the end of if you turn left from our street, the end of that street is, like, only 50 feet, and then there's a flock camera right there. And then if you turn left again, there's another flock camera like 200 or 300 feet. Then another flock camera like 200 or 300 feet. Then another flock camera 200 or 300 feet. And there's another flock camera, I think, somewhere else. I'm not sure. But there's a lot of flock cameras. Those need to get taken down by not me, but somebody. Maybe if, when some type of revolution happens or some type of global or some type of thing happens and people, people are out in the streets or people are like, or something's happening where the government might, this might be like a good area for somebody to like do something and like it be like much more reasonable that they wouldn't be held accountable by the law. Then that would be a good time for somebody to take down these flock cameras and 5G towers and all of these 5G, what are they called, units, I don't know, but these like 5G cells, like I think they're fucking called cells. That's what these fucking losers call these things, cells, like these basically mechanical units. I'm not exactly sure what they are. I got it from AI. But these mechanical units that are like in the streets that like blend into stuff, but they're like full of machinery, full of metal, and that's also the technology that they use that power up or like are a big part of these 5G towers. So take out those things as well. Anyways, for somebody who if a situation where it does occur where you're like more, you know, the government and AI technocrats and everybody like that are more preoccupied on something, you know, kind of urgent. So there's a time where, more attention would be not on yourself and anything that anything that you could, conceivably do for the most part. That would be a good time for you to use that to your advantage, and take down as many fucking flock cameras as you can. By the way, there's somebody who I saw on Instagram, and they could be lying, it could be an AI bot, but they said like they said they took down, or they wrote in the comments that they took down like 17 flock cameras, and it makes me think like, wow, what a fucking hero. I literally wrote on that comment, like I wrote, you have done more for society and more for the world than Michael Jackson or Michael Jordan has done in his whole career. And thinking about that is crazy, but it is so true. Taking down 17 flock cameras is something more for America, more for the people, more for the children, more for everything than Michael Jordan has ever fucking done in his whole fucking career. Isn't that kind of strange? Isn't that crazy? Anyways, I do think I look attractive. I think even though, like, I think these upper eye, you see how my eye has like it almost looks like I have two eyes. By the way, don't get fooled. This is not a mask, okay? This is not a mask. Because I know if I were watching this video of somebody, there was something in the back of my head that might be thinking like, is that a mask? Because of these celebrities, and they be having some people be having these eyes, and I'm like, I saw this black guy. There's this YouTube short or this Instagram reel talking about or saying like this black guy who had these sort of eyes, that they were, and it was a celebrity saying that it was actually somebody wearing a mask, and that's why they had these type of eyes. So this is not a mask. I mean, no, this is not a mask. I was like, I was thinking like, is this a mask? Am I a CIA agent undercover and I just don't know it? This is not a mask. I don't think. This is my eyes, I think. I got big eyes, dude. People have big eyes. Do we have like the biggest eyes? Do we have bigger eyes than horses and stuff? Wouldn't that be a sensation? I had the song Reincarnation. I had that song in my head this morning when I woke up from this dream that I was talking about earlier in this video. I had that in my head. I'm not sure where it came from, But, oh my god, should I be giving the government this much data about my fucking eye? Should I be giving the government this much of my fucking eye? Because I feel like they... I feel like they there's a chance, like, that would be something that, like, they might like use to their advantage. Like, the shape of his eye matches this DNA profile, so that way maybe, like, okay, we have that stored so we can maybe make a better clone of him, and then also we know that the people with that exact or that very similar eye structure is 5% more likely to do this behavior, and with the, you know what I'm saying? And it just feels like maybe even in a spiritual way, like, maybe I shouldn't be like, and also like is there like, maybe there's a spiritual way that, like, a spiritual thing where, like, the eye shape and the amount of eye and the eye color and the eye white color, is that, like, something that I don't know about, and, like, that is actually used to identify things in a person, and that is used to, like, communicate things from one person to another? I don't know, something like that. And then also I also have a thing about it where it's like, the government already knows so much about me, so now I don't even want to give them my fucking eye shape, my eyeball shape, because there's not much that I have to give, you know? I'm like a goblin trying to protect, like, a fucking penny because they took all my money. They took all my fucking private information and intel, you know? Rest in peace to all these fucking scientists. By the way, you know how all these scientists have been getting assassinated? If you're a fucking scientist right now and you're, like, about to be assassinated, or, like, it's looking like you could very well be assassinated because they're assassinating all these, like, UFO experts or something expert, like, scientists. If they're killing all these scientists and you're a scientist right now, what the fuck are you even doing, dude? What are you doing? Like, what you think, like, okay, they're killing scientists because obviously you guys have good information, you guys have sensitive data, or they could be doing it as, like, a whole fucking reverse psychology thing, because I think it was about UFOs. They might be doing it as a reverse psychology thing because they want people to believe in aliens because of Project Bluebeam. Or they could be doing it because these UFO scientists who actually know about aliens and know about UFOs, they are able to know that the government is planning on faking Project Bluebeam, and they will be able to either know that it's about to happen and then tell the people, or they will be able to know when it is happening and then tell the people. So that there could be many reasons why they're killing off these scientists, or it could be a whole reverse psychology thing. But yeah, David Wilcock, I think I heard his name. I think he's a scientist that got killed. That is just, like, for some reason, David Wilcock. I'm not sure who did. That might not even be him. But, like, the blonde-haired white guy, kind of looks like a fucking alien a little bit. Kind of, he looks like the referee in WWE. He looks like the blonde. He looks like the blonde referee in WWE, the best guy, the best WWE referee, the one that runs down the ramp, and the one that got shoulder tackled hard as fuck by John Cena in, like, 2024 or 2025, when he got, or maybe 2026, when he got when John Cena turned heel and fucking just shoulder tackled. I think it was, like, I forgot what his name was, but shoulder tackled the referee as he was running down the ramp. Just shoulder tackled him, and he, anyways, kind of looks like Ralph Cifaretto or whatever from The Sopranos, like Ralphie, who is my favorite character from The Sopranos, I think, other than Tony, which is probably my favorite character, actually. Yeah, but no, Tony's my favorite character, actually, by far. The main character, Tony Soprano. And then next favorite character would be Next favorite character would probably be Pussy. Maybe, I don't know. And then, but somewhere in the top would be Ralph. Ralph Silveretto. Anyways, why would you name a character Pussy? Big Pussy Bumpensero. Why would you name a character Pussy? That is like such a creative thing. I love that so much that you name a character Pussy and like have that be like a legitimate name that people call him. Like, where did that come from? What series of events in your life did you take advantage of, or what series of events and things that happened to you in your life did you choose to take pieces from your understanding of those things and pieces of what have happened to you and pieces of how you handle these situations? How have you chosen to take all of that and then come up with an idea to come up with and then go through with the idea and approve of the idea in your mind in all ways of approval, or in to call one of the main characters Pussy, and have all the mobsters have his mobster name be Pussy, Big Pussy. Like, that is just so creative, and it's cool because that idea came from like some creative. That idea came from a creative place. That you just like that came, unless like it's just a thing in in real mobsters that like they call each other's pussy or something, or like genitals as nicknames. But that like it just seems like something that is just so uniquely one person. Whoever came up with that. I think David Finch. Who is the guy that I was just watching Transcendental Meditation? David Lynch. That's that guy. That's the Transcendental Meditation guy. Who's the Sopranos director? I forgot, but I don't remember right now. But that idea I've been thinking. I thought about that. That idea just comes from a creative. Like, it came from like a creative place, and then like a fearless, or like a brave enough, either fearless enough or brave enough place in yourself to actually go through with that idea and put that in your show, or in a show, to call one of the main characters Big Pussy Bumpensero. Like, that just came from a creative area, and I love that. Anyways, does anybody get what I'm saying? Like, get that, like, that is just not normal, and it's not like that is something which takes the viewer out of the show, kind of, or it's easy for the viewer to get taken out of the show when they hear Big Pussy Bumpensero as a nickname for one of the main characters, and it's treated seriously in the show. So, but even though it gets people out of the show, even though it's something that would get people out of the show, you still went through with it because you're brave and you wanted that in the show. That is what makes shows like Breaking Bad, like The Sopranos, cool, really good, in my opinion, is because they have especially The Sopranos, because they have ideas like that are like ridiculous almost, but it's like so respectable to like, because it also kind of takes you out of the show when something like ridiculous happens, but it's also so respectable about that they put that in. I don't know. It's so respectable that they put that in there because they had the creative vision and they put it in there, even though some people might not like it or have a problem with it, or some people, or it would just take people out of the, it would break the hypnotism of the show, because it'd be like, what the fuck, why is that in the show? You know what I mean? Anyways, I'm going back to my dream now. I had a lot of tangents, a lot of confusion, and just I got confused. I get caught up, and I get confused, and I get frustrated about the way I speak, because the way I speak is not how I want to speak. The way I speak, the language that I've been programmed with and programmed myself with, is a language that is so full of malicious mind control. So, and curses. So I try to find words for things, and then like a big portion of the way I speak is me like correcting myself mid sentence, or just going back on it, and it gets frustrating. That isn't what just happened right now when I was stuttering. Although that a lot of that isn't something that happened right now when I was stuttering. And that was me just trying to find the words. But even though when I stutter a lot, and when I go back in my words a lot, and when I say but, or when I say whatever, and I repeat the sentence, or I do something weird with the sentence, that is a lot of the time is when I am like going back on what I say, because it's like the way I said it, the words that I used to say it were like I said words or said sentences that just like weren't morally good. Like they like were bad manifestations, or like absolutes, or like saying I know, or saying like stuff that took away control from people in the way I speak, or takes away free will in the way I speak. So that's why it gets frustrating for me to say, and I feel like it gets frustrating for me to watch as well, or for someone to listen to me. Anyways, these are me practicing my signature. It looks actually good on camera now that I actually look at it. This one looks kind of good. Although this is I don't like the way this is like this, or I don't like the way this is too much, because it doesn't look like the Ankh symbol. Because there's I think I might have already said this in videos, but the Ankh symbol, Ankh, I think it's the African or the Egyptian cross symbol, is a symbol that is connected to me. I don't know much about the Ankh, or much about African whatever that came from, African spirituality, African religion. I need to get into that stuff, though. I need to go down to Africa, talk to them, and ask them, and try to get info. I need information and leverage. I'm starting to become like these fucking globalists. Although no, maybe that is what they want me to think. Maybe they want people to think that anyone who is trying to build their individual power, anyone who is trying to build their freedom, anyone who is trying to collect information so that they can gain their power, maybe they want everyone to think that anyone who is trying to improve themselves and gain leverage and gain independence is just a money-hungry or greedy little goblin. When in reality, no, that is just a smart person who wants to protect themselves and fight back against a broken system. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm fucking saying? Anyways, I want to gain leverage and gain wisdom and gain information and intel about fucking what these fucking Africans be doing in Africa. You know what I'm talking about? I want to know. I want to know the spells. You know, I want to know what their spirituality is. You know, and I don't want to get it from no fucking YouTuber. I can get it. I want to get it from some YouTubers, because I don't really want to go to Africa right now. I do want to, but also I don't want to put in a lot of the work to go to Africa right now. But so I'll probably watch some YouTubers about it or something. But yeah, I want to gain like, you know, information and like what their spirituality is, and what their like witchcraft is and stuff. You know what I'm talking about? Like, maybe I can use some of that myself. I probably can. Anyways, here's my signature. So, but anyways, the Ankh symbol. Basically what the Ankh symbol is it's kind of hard to draw for me. Oh, did I just mess up? It's kind of hard to draw for me. I don't remember exactly what it looks like for some reason, but it's like, no, this isn't what it looks like, is it? Is this what it looks like? Kinda, I guess. No. Well, it's not colored in right now, but... Anyways, it's like this. Kind of. It's basically the cross, but instead of the one pillar, it's like a circle. Yeah. Right, well, hold on. Yeah, wait, no. I figured it out. I know why I'm doing it wrong. There we go. There, that's the Ankh. Right. Okay. So it's, yeah, okay. So it doesn't like go like a U on top of it. It goes like, it starts from here. Here we go. Here we go. And then like, I just got a download, or like a memory of, I think the creator, the YouTuber, My Smelly Toes or something. I think he like made a few videos with Shane Dawson or something. And I remember my brother said he went to high school with My Smelly Toes. It's like something Smelly Toes in the YouTuber title. He went to, and I think he looks like Boy in a Band, or like kind of like Boy in a Band or something. No, he looks like, he kind of looks like Boy in a Band a little bit. I think they both have long hair and are white. But anyways, what am I trying? My brother said he like went to school with him in high school, or went to a school with like his girlfriend or friend that was a girl or something. But I look like Joey the Gypsy right now. You know, he's always squinting. He's always like he's always like when he's reading the fucking counterpart or the hidden hand with his fucking, dude, I got beef with Joey the Gypsy, and he doesn't even fucking know it. He knows it in his fucking subconscious, his psychic abilities, and I believe him. I just said, am I turning into Joey the Gypsy because I just said and I just said like and I believe him, or I'm trying to talk. Let me try to find Joey the Gypsy's accent. And I believe him, because Joey the Gypsy says something like, when he's talking about counterpart or hidden hand or raw, he's like, this shit is crazy, but I believe it, but I believe that he has psychic abilities, and I believe at some level we are all communicating, even our deepest, darkest thoughts. We all know what each other think a little bit. But it's crazy because like he doesn't even know that I don't like him, or not that I don't like him, but that I don't like his, from what I understand, his opinions on things. I don't like his opinions on things, or his lack thereof opinions on things as well, which are also opinions on things, kind of. And his fucking, I don't even want to talk about it. But what was I saying? It was something reminded. Yeah, yeah. something reminded me of Joey the Gypsy, and then I did this as I said that. He reads the fucking, he reads texts on screen like this. He goes like, no, he doesn't go, he's like, his eyes are like, he's not Chinese, but his eyes go like, he has hunter eyes or something. He has his eyes got, I don't know how to say it. It's like, but he squints when he squints when he reads the fucking counterpart or hidden hand, and is like, I'm like, how can you even see when you're squinting that much? Like you're done. Your eyes are not even out at that point. Like, it was like, it's like you're like, it's like one of those fucking Antarctica goggles, you know? Like how are you even looking out of that? Anyways, I got from when he did the counterpart and when he did the Hidden Hand series. He just the way he talks, the way he thinks, the way I think he thinks, which is kind of ignorant, but also just like how like there's not much I could go off. Like I can't read any deeper than what he says if I can't think, or if I can't assume some things or assume some possibilities about how somebody thinks. You know what I'm saying? You probably know what I'm saying. I think you know what I'm saying, probably. What I'm trying to say, what I deep down I'm trying to say, but I am not encapsulating in words, or am encapsulating too much in words. Anyways, what was I saying? Can I talk about dreams now? Can I talk about my dream? Can I talk about my dream now? Anyways, I want to talk about my signature, actually. Holy crap, dude. My signature is, I don't like my window being fully open because my mom recently goes to my window and like she shined a flashlight in my window and she banged on my window and she fucking screams through my window. She doesn't scream through my window and bang on my window and shine a flashlight in my window. It's rare, but it can happen anytime, which is really scares me, because at any time I could be yelled at, abused, and hurt emotionally and verbally by my mother. And it was like a couple days ago, she shined a flashlight and she was yelling and screaming at me, and she was like, oh, I gotta make sure you're alive. Like, what the fuck? But that's why I have a fear when my window's fully open, even though I got a blanket in front of it. So I kind of want to close my window now, and I just heard a noise. I kind of want to close my window now and then put I have this wood block that I put in between like the outer window and then the wall, so that the window doesn't. I put the wood block in between the window, and then that way the window can't open more than like a few inches. So I'm probably going to do that right now. Where's my book? I don't know where my block is. Okay, well, that's okay. hear my knees pop? I just closed my window a little bit, although I do feel a tremendous amount of fear and anxiety and like a ball of tightness in my head. Because that, just like that, like frustration and that little thing, like, you can't block it though, you can't block your window, you know, that fucking sucks that you can't block your window, you know, just like that frustration. And if I didn't even have the idea of blocking my window, I probably wouldn't even be as anxious right now. Anyways, did I put the block in here? No, right now. Anyways, my signature. Yeah, the Ankh is connected to me. So is the number 9. Because I already talked about that on my channel. I was like, should I give that away to the government? I already talked about the number 9 on my channel. There's not a whole lot that I actively don't say because I don't want to give it to the government. Or am I just saying that because I don't want the government to think that I'm not saying a lot to the government? I don't want the government to think that I'm purposely not giving a lot of information out about myself and my intentions to the government. I think Elon Musk and Trump and JD Vance and Kamala Harris and Joe Biden and probably Bernie Sanders. Joe Biden is probably already dead, but Bernie Sanders probably, maybe, and probably Drake, maybe Kendrick Lamar, for sure Peter Thiel. I'm not sure, but probably Peter Thiel. That's like the most obvious out of all of them. Should be executed, and I could be one of the people that executes them. Okay, that's about me being as genuine, as honest. So, you know what? Fuck it. I could be one of these people that execute one of these people, though. And I might be regretting that, regretting saying that on camera, because anybody could, but like, would I really do that? It depends on how bad things get. And it depends on my mental health and everything. I gotta be wary, though. I gotta be wary that if I get a sudden intention to kill Bill Gates, like, yes, I should probably, it would probably be good for me to kill Bill Gates. It'd probably be good. I probably should do that. But obviously, I don't want to do that for multiple reasons. But I probably should do that. That's something I probably should do. But if I get a sudden intention to kill Bill Gates, who's to say that isn't, like, if I get a sudden intention and motivation and urge to kill Bill Gates, and I act on it, who's to say that isn't the government putting their fucking brainwaves in my head to give me the intention to kill Bill Gates, or to set me up and to put that intention in my head so that I so that I actually pull up to, like, wherever the fuck, you know, whatever underground layer he is in, because he's a fucking reptilian and he lives underground probably for the most part, whatever, or he's part of the fucking Lucifer fucking blood group, soul group, whatever, I don't know, I'm not sure, but whatever he's in, what if I pull up and I subconsciously do not take the precautions or do not take the things necessary to actually get away with it, but to actually kill him? So then I go to prison or I get killed, and then what I'm saying is, what if they get me to want to kill Bill Gates, but they also program into me some things to sabotage my plan, so that I do try to kill Bill Gates, but I also subconsciously / their programmingly also subconsciously want to kill Bill Gates, but like get caught trying to kill Bill Gates. So not kill Bill Gates, but like go to prison or get executed. What if that happens? So you can't even trust anything anymore. The only thing you could really trust is like either some deep thinking, or that base level of thinking, or that you can just like say, fuck it, I am getting attacked, I am getting manipulated, I don't know what's real, so you know what, I'm just gonna go down with the fucking basic shit. Sky is probably blue, or not even, I was thinking the word retard maxing. I know Sam Hyde, he was talking about retard maxing, and what he said retard maxing was, or his interpretation of it, or something like that, was basically going to your basic instincts, basic logical, basic reasoning. And I think that is when he said that, I was like, what the fuck? I should probably be doing that, because me being so entrapped in all of these possible manipulations and subconscious manipulations and like EMF manipulations and spells and shit, whatever is happening, a big part of that is probably because I am so cautious and so paranoid and so anxious about it happening, that I just think of it, or think of the possibility and think of like how it could happen, that it ends up feeding the brainwaves, so it ends up like physically feeding the manipulation that is happening to me, feeding the attacks that are happening, like feeding the sound waves as they're coming into my, like it literally. Or did I just wink and not know, and not even process, like sometimes I wink. Here's another, I just gotta, oh my gosh, dude, tangent after tangent. But anyways, retard maxing. I think we should be retard maxing. I don't agree with retard maxing, by the way. I don't like retard maxing. I think we should be revolution maxing. And I think retard maxing is one of the quickest ways that we could get there, actually. But like just the way retard maxing is said. Oh my gosh, dude. Let me just say what I wrote down in my journal. Oh, I don't know where my journal is. Okay, here it is. Retard maxing in a good way. Then I got the symbol that is like the time symbol, like the dot. It might be colon, might be the colon symbol. Following quote base, end quote. Then like the parentheses, maybe base or semi-base, but not worrying too much about basing. End parentheses. Reasoning and instincts, but not worrying too much about trying to do that. Do you understand what I just said? Here's what I wrote. Like, retard maxing. What I'm saying is, following the base instincts and reasoning, but also not really worrying about trying to follow the base instincts and reasoning, and perhaps not even following the base instincts and reasoning, but not worrying about if you are following the base instincts or reasonings, and not worrying about, say, if you think like, oh, I wonder if these are my base instincts, but they might be getting fucked up a little bit, so that could have implications, Anyways, this is also an epic idea that I had, because I saw Sam Hyde interview a fucking look maxer, and I just got fucking disgusted at the interview. Sam Hyde might be a fucking CIA agent. Not even a joke. He could be a CIA agent, because because think about it. He is like the most. Sam Hyde is like the most edgy, most based type person, but also is very, very logical in a lot of ways, and very, he's kind of like a Nick Fuentes. He's like he might be what I'm saying is he might be a CIA person that gatekeeps intelligence and gatekeeps logic, you know? So like he's like Sam Hyde and Nick Fuentes are I think are genuinely racists. Well, Nick Fuentes is probably more of a genuine racist, but Sam Hyde I think is someone who, for example, believes that white people are, you know, genetically different than black people and stuff like that. And and Joey the Gypsy is someone who also believes in that, I think. And I fear that I've been becoming racist recently, because I've been starting to believe maybe that could be true, that black people and white people and Indian people or African people and European people or American people or whatever maybe there is some behavioral or like some genetic behavioral difference. Obviously there is, because, you know, but I'm saying like meaningful. Like, and when I say obviously there is, I mean obviously, because like black people, African people, those type of people are probably more prone to like getting stronger faster, you know, athletic black, you know, the athletic blacks, you know. That's just it's a stereotype, but it's actually, I think, real. Also, but it could not be. It could actually be genuinely not real and just be something that society and thus the Illuminati put on us. And that could just be effect of that just could be a, you know, placebo effect. Maybe literally a placebo effect that like is a successful mass placebo effect. I'm not gonna say it isn't real. That like maybe there actually is no difference between white people and black people and Indian people and brown people. Maybe black people aren't prone to be taller, or white people aren't prone to be taller, or black people aren't prone to be more heavy swimmers, or like be, you know, less compatible with swimming, or less. I mean, why would black people be less compatible with swimming? They're in fucking Africa. I feel like people would go swimming more in Africa, right? Right? Since it's like so hot over there, or it's hotter over there, and it's like more deserty and more dry. So like if it's more deserty in general, wouldn't you just be more prone to wouldn't you be more prone to swimming? I guess I'm just more relating. I might be just relating sand to the beach. So I'm like, if it looks like a beach, shouldn't you be swimming more? Maybe that just might be how I'm thinking right now a little bit. I don't know. But anyways, oh my gosh. I'm so frustrated, dude, because I get off on tangents and I can never fully go back. I don't want to say I can never. And this is another example of me fucking policing my speech and policing the way I talk, and that gets me even more frustrated, and that gets me even more branched off. Because it's like, and then I shut down, or whatever. I'm going to have multiple fucking 2-hour-long videos now on my camera roll, and now I'm going to have to like fully upload these videos before I can even. I'm going to have to fully upload these videos. I'm probably going to have to fully upload these videos, then delete the videos, then fully upload 1 or 2 of these videos, then delete these videos from my phone, and then edit 1 of these videos down, multiple parts, and then put those on YouTube, and then delete those, and then I think save the video, save the 2 long videos that I uploaded to YouTube, save those videos onto my phone, then edit those. It's just a fucking process, dude. It's a fucking process. Anyway, Sam Hyde might be a CIA agent that is gatekeeping that is gatekeeping intelligent thought, you know, gatekeeping the more, you know, society risque type thinking or like thoughts, you know, the thoughts of like, maybe they are trying to kill all white people, maybe they are trying to exterminate white people, maybe they are, but Sam Hyde says that, so like that must be crazy, you know, something like that. Or something like Sam Hyde talks about this stuff, but does it so extremely that like there's no middle ground. There's like the common societal work, because all of us, or almost all of us, are operating, since none of us are like public, or there's so little of us that are like public influencers or public content creators, or people that are speaking to the masses. And so we have the masses, basically the masses, the bubbling ocean of masses, of the masses of people. And in these masses is the Illuminati, you know, all of us with our own opinions and just so different, and like different opinions, but also all of us with many shared opinions. But all of us with our own, you know, there's a white supremacist here. There's someone who believes that we should all be nationalists. There's someone who believes that a new world order should happen, but it should be in this way. There's someone who believes that we should all be fighting for us. There should be pure anarchy. And there's someone who thinks we should have spiritual orgies right here. There's somebody who thinks, and there's somebody who has all of these ideas, and there's somebody who's a fucking retard, and there's somebody, you know, that's not what I meant. I meant like there's somebody who could have no ideas, and then there's somebody who could have all of these type ideas, you know. I didn't mean that like all these ideas are good, and then anyone who doesn't have any of these ideas or all of these ideas is retarded. But then there's these masses which are like full, like diverse thought and also unified thought. But then the Illuminati puts this blanket of like division and unification, like poisonous division and poisonous unification on shit. On fucking just shit views, horrible, malicious, evil, just bad moral type views. And we all think that most of us function a lot of our actions and a lot of our thoughts in this blanket that we think everybody else has and we ourselves have, but we wouldn't have it if everybody else didn't also have this blanket of, you know, societal expectations or whatever. None of us actually believe in this shit. None of us. No, it's all just it's all just shame. It's all just a thing of like, I'm gonna get judged. But in reality, if you do some shit that would get you judged into today's society, for the most part, it would probably be met with like, damn, that guy's kind of brave. Maybe I should do that, but I don't want to get judged by the other people. But then everybody's thinking like, oh, that guy's brave, but I don't want to get judged by the other people. You know what I'm saying? Or it'll be met with like some, you know, some cowardly like, oh my God, you shouldn't do that. But deep down, you know that you want to be that guy who is being brave and is dancing with his shirt off in the subway or whatever. You know? But anyways, so there's this, you know, the mass, and then you got like the view of like they are trying to, the Illuminati, the globalists are trying to kill white people for some reason. And then, so that's like a view that is like, you know, that's like something that we should, all of us should accept, or should accept as a possibility, or should accept as something that we should consider, or that is worth considering, you know, logically and really considering. We all, like, that is a view that is like, but then, so that is a view that is like, society's down here, so that society's down here, and then that view is like right here. So like that would, like, that's a little bit risky to go to. And then a couple of us might shoot up from the water and go there. A couple of us brave ones to shoot up, or a couple of us with a unique childhood shoot up, go, you know, think about this idea. And we might, you know, think, we might, you know, pop up and, you know, I actually agree with this idea. Or this is a fairly logical idea. This is not like crazy. Well, this is kind of crazy, but it's not crazy above like the societal blanket, you know. But then you have Sam Hyde, who is a fucking I like Sam Hyde. I love Sam Hyde, but I don't like a lot of his views. I don't know. There's not a one view that I could say. Oh, his first of all, doomerism that I've heard from him, and his lack of backbone towards artificial intelligence and towards the new world order, and towards, like, he both knows that, like, everyone that is a fucking globalist and all those people what I mean by globalist is I am kind of a globalist in that I am not that much of a nationalist. I am like, everybody's equal, everybody's like, I do believe that mostly everybody is kind of the same in a way. Like, I don't really, I'm very new to the consideration of thinking, or to the actual, like, really consideration of thinking of, like, races could be different in behavioral and biological. I'm new to that. Most of the time I'm like, no, everybody's equal. Everybody's basically a not a copy, but everyone. I basically even though I might have never put it into exact words, how I've been living is basically with the thought of everybody is the exact same person, except for like that, and that everybody's the exact same person, and that DNA or something is like the hair type of skin color, type of everything. That's just kind of like a blanket. That's just kind of like a I don't know, maybe like a lucky drawn number, and then you get this. Like, everybody's the same mentally, no matter whatever. And then the differences are both like the behavioral, you know, environmental stuff. And then I always had this view that it's everybody's basically the same person, and then the differences are like the behavioral stuff, and then the other differences are that everybody is actually not the same person. Everybody is this unique, you know, ball of light, ball of this unique soul. Everybody's like the same exact person, but then everybody has a unique soul, you know? But everybody's basically the same exact person. That's what I kind of been operating by. And I'm not operating by that any less so. But now I'm thinking of like, okay, maybe their biologicalness and whatever, and DNA and whatever, maybe that is actually, maybe that causes people to think differently, or just be prone to thinking more differently, or like have certain instincts to think differently than somebody who is white and thinks, and so since they're white, they came from DNA that has instincts to think in a slightly different way than the person who is brown and came from India, and so maybe has biological instincts to think a slightly different way. Is this true? But by the way, but what I'm saying is I'm fairly new to this, like, thinking of like, this might be true. Even though if I were to say like, is this true? I would say right now that it's not true. Or like so minimally true that it's like, doesn't even really matter. That's what I would say to that. My eyes are watery. Are my eyes always this watery? I feel like I have attractive eyes. And people have said that I have attractive eyes. Do I have attractive eyes? I always used to think I used to think I was ugly for so much of my life. But now I've been thinking like I'm actually handsome, kind of. And now I just looked at myself and I thought I was ugly just now. And now I'm eating because I'm uncomfortable. And now I sort of did that as a bit to be like cute, and not really cute, but yeah, actually cute, but like to be like funny. And then I thought that was cringe. But I actually did do that. Like, I reached for this because I wanted to stress eat, or because I was stressful and wanted to eat something. Because of something, I don't even remember I don't remember how I got onto this thing about me. I don't even remember what caused me to pick up this and eat it, because I felt stressed out. Something about race. something, I don't know. Basically, Sam Hyde might be, so okay, this is the blanket of masses. And then Sam Hyde's, and then this is like race, they might be killing all white people. There might be this agenda to kill white people or to lower white people for some malicious reason. But then you have Sam Hyde, and like, Sam Hyde, who is like, who has this view and spouts this view, but he like pulls this all the way up to here, so that we equate that viewpoint of, yeah, they're trying to kill white people for some reason. We equate that viewpoint with Sam's other takes of like, Indian people are, he like genuinely seems to believe Indian people are like biologically more disgusting. And like, he believes that white people are biologically more morally better, I think. Which could be true. It could be true. But then that might not be true. And if I was a black person watching this, if I happen to be a darker shade of brown watching this, I might be angry, because I saw a clip from Sinners. No, I saw this fucking black guy on YouTube talking about this fucking racist ass black guy on YouTube. Fucking racist black guy on YouTube. I wasn't gonna say nigger. I was gonna say like fat dreadhead black guy. But I stopped myself because I didn't want to call him fat. But I wasn't gonna say the N-word. I wasn't gonna call him the N-word. Okay, that's what I'm trying to say. Anyways, this black guy was talking about the movie Sinners, and it happened to be right before that. I stumbled upon a YouTube video and I clicked on it, and it was about this. Sounded like a white guy talking about how Sinners is like a attack on white people, and I was drawn to that video because I was like, and it makes me think, like, are these fucking technocrats trying to make me into a fucking white supremacist? Could be. Very possible, actually. For some reason, they could be doing that, and very possible, actually, because I've been seeing a lot more of that content on YouTube. But right before I saw the black guy talk about how Sinners is this, it's called Sinners it's called Sinners and the Death of Black Culture, or some type of shit. That's the name of the title. But then I also read in the comments, I think that he changes his titles a lot. Anyways, it was some black guy who always talks about fucking racism and talks about fucking white people being racist or some shit, from what I remember, because I used to watch some of his videos, I think. And I don't like it, because it's like, you're just like you're like, to me, you've put your entire, because I see your fucking videos pop up, you put your entire fucking career, your entire career is about fucking white supremacy. And it's about, and I know it's like some like, I know that it's like some fucking, you know, in reality, it's about building, it's not about white supremacy, it's not about fucking, it's not being a victim. In reality, the deeper part of it is like building black people up, you know? Because that's what he's probably thinking, like, yes, I talk about white supremacy and I say, you know, we're being attacked, but in reality, the videos are actually about giving hope and giving help and giving, you know, information to black people to build themselves up. I know that's what they think. I know that's what he thinks. I'm pretty sure that's what he thinks. And I think that's cool. I explained it so much and so long just now that I forgot what my point was. But I just think, okay, here's my point is, he's just such on a lower fucking density and a lower frequency. I'm not saying he is on a lower frequency or anything like that, or he's less intelligent, or he's less whatever. But he's just such on a zoomed in point to be thinking like this is just a white versus black issue. Nigga, no. This is a human versus globalists. And what I mean by globalists is the people with the fucking wealth and the fucking power. Or aliens. Or Lucifer and the devil or whatever. Or our subconscious. You know what I'm saying? This isn't black versus white. Your problem isn't if you're a black person, if you are a darker shade of brown than me, if you are a much darker shade of brown than me, your enemy is not white supremacy. Your enemy is not white people. The only way that your real enemy is white people is just the fact that they are people and that the enemy is us, but the enemy is us in the fact that, like, we could shut these globalists down, we could shut these aliens down if we wanted to, but we just fearful or shameful or like whatever. And so we are our own worst enemy in the fact that, like, if we wanted to and if we tried, we could wipe these some bitches out and be fucking free and not oppressed anymore. Probably. That's the way that white people are your enemy, because just all of us as people are our own worst enemy as well, in some way. Ugh. But white people is not your fucking enemy. That's not like the main issue. That's not the main. That's just another fucking layer, dude. That's just a fucking layer, dude. It's just a layer. It's a fucking onion, and that's a layer. And it's not even close to the top, probably. It actually probably is close to the top of layers. Because of how widespread and, like, global and popular that is. That if that layer came crumbling down of white supremacy and white people are so privileged and white people are so if that came crumbling down, then we probably would get to a society that would be like a big part of the Illuminati's power breaking, because that is such a big and widespread and mass believed big lie, you know. Or if it might well, it's, I don't think that it's a lie. I think it is like I think it's actually mostly a lie, but I think that it's more of a placebo effect, you know, a way that they manipulated white people and manipulated all people, so that white people happen to be in more power. No, sorry, not happen to be in more power. White people happen to be on top in certain areas for some reason. You know, white people happen to be through some series of events. The Illuminati manufactured it so that white people are, you know, seen by employers as more favorable, you know, or something, you know. because I've heard that like white people get hired more or something, some shit like that. What I'm saying is white supremacy is. What I'm saying is is white supremacy even that much of a bad thing? By the way, isn't that much? When you think about white supremacy, well, I know it's a bad thing. I know it's a bad thing, but I'm thinking of like compared to black supremacy. Like, what if you is it if like however if like fucking the amount of black people that are in America compared to America's total population, if white people, like that percentage of black people of black Americans to white Americans, if that amount of white people, that percentage compared to that, if that amount of people went into Africa or a black county or black country, if that amount of white people came into a black country or something and then started taking all the jobs, sorry, not even taking all, just started living there and started going there and working and doing everything, would it be that bad for, for the black people, the black CEOs and everything, because they're there and they're watching all of these white people take over and go in the population and make all these brown babies and take all these jobs? Would it be it'd probably be more publicly accepted for the black CEOs and the black employers to hire more black employees percentagely than white employees, right? And since America is, I think, more of a white country, at least it used to be, and that's kind of like I don't even know, because America is so fucking, I don't even know, like they took away our nationality because such a big part of our nationality is racist and not cool, not good. And I'm not even talking about slavery. I'm talking about just like the idea of it being, but then the idea of it being more like the idea of it being a solely white thing. Like you go back to like movies in the 80s and movies in the 50s, and it's like all white people, and it's like, why is it all white people in these movies? Is it because they want it to be a white, they want it to be a pure white, why is it all in these entertainment? Is it because they want it to be a pure white country and they don't want any room for black people or brown people? That's wrong, in my opinion. So like, but then if you think about it, back in the day, back in the 80s and 50s, there were probably so many more white people than there are today compared to brown and black people. So maybe maybe like it's more okay for it to be mainly white people on TV and stuff. No. Well, yeah, but like also no, because well, yeah, it is more okay for more white people to be mainly on TV, but like not to the point that like that. There should have been more black people on TV and brown people on TV back in the day, and maybe today too. Anyways, I got off on so many tangents that it becomes frustrating. I now, this is the okay. I'm going to stop getting off on tangents. I'm making a deal with myself. I'm not even gonna make it. Also, I just gained consciousness again. I looked at my hair, I looked at my body, and I was like, whoa. I can think thoughts. I'm here. I can decide things. I'm like, what? I'm a human. You know? Anyways. As of now, I'm trying to make videos and not get on tangents. And I think a way I'm going to do that is, even though it's hard, I think a way I might do that is to, you know, even though I have that excitement of getting off on a tangent of like, oh, I want to talk about this. Even though I have that excitement, you know, just like hold it down and stay to what I was talking about, even though it is disappointing. And I feel like, because when I get off on these tangents, I'm like, and I just did that kind of now. When I get off on these tangents, I'm like, oh, I gotta talk about this. I gotta talk about this. Don't forget about this. Don't let it die down. Don't let it die. Don't let it die. Because this could be so crazy. What if this is exciting? You know, what if this really changes something? But if you let it die, then you're taking away the opportunity. You're taking away the potential. You might not think about this again. You might not remember to talk about this again. You might not remember to think about this again. You know what I'm talking about? So that's that. So I think I'm gonna have to just, even though I have a tangent or something, either just like say it in like, force myself to say in like minimal sentences, like 1 or 2 or 3 sentences max, and then get back to what I was talking about, or just literally just hold it down. You know, don't even say what it was about. You know, could be what seems like it was what is going to happen, maybe a little bit. Anyways, so I'm going to get to the fucking dream, dude. I'm going to get back to the fucking dream. The dream, God, that had a lot of fucking coffee grounds in it. I think it's because coffee froze. The coffee got frozen because it was in the freezer, and then like I drank it again while a big part of it is frozen. I think I just fucking inhaled a lot of coffee grounds. I gotta take the frozen parts out because those are fucking probably coffee grounds. Probably, maybe. Anyways. The dream. Oh, I don't even want to talk about the dream anymore because I'm fucking exhausted. I'm gonna take a little break right now. Oh my gosh, dude. Anyways, okay, so the dream I had was I was getting, so back to the furniture. I was on the furniture, and I was kind of getting, I started to have some type of communication with Leatherface the killer. and I somehow managed to get to a a personal level a little bit. It started going less of a animalistic, just like I'm gonna kill you, and then me being I'm afraid. It kind of got more personal somehow through like some manage of awkwardness or something, and and um and eventually I got this I got Leatherface, this killer, who I'm not sure if in my dream it was like maybe he was not actually Leatherface, but he was a real killer, but maybe he was just, you know, using Leatherface as like his like in Dead by Daylight, how you choose killers, like he was like using Leatherface as his avatar, you know, like he was loading into the world as Leatherface to kill me, like if you would choose, I want to be Michael Myers and kill somebody, I want to be uh 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 the Thing, the alien, the Thing, um and and um and kill somebody, like that. But eventually I got Leatherface to talk and reconsider killing me. And the thing was, I started to feel bad for him. Like I started to feel for him, but and we got kind of we had a connection and a relationship. And eventually I felt trusted enough to like be near him, and he didn't kill me. And it was sort of like the relationship though that was like I was clearly below him. Like I was being I was being submissive. I was being, because like I knew I didn't like, obviously he was dangerous to be near, but like it was like kind of like if it was kind of like if a grizzly bear it was smart, and if you were like talking to a grizzly bear and the grizzly bear was going to kill you, but then decided not to for some reason, but is like you have to be around it and be friends with it. It's like if that was what was going on, but also you felt empathy towards it. But so yeah, basically, I felt a connection with him, and I started feeling bad for him, and I started like, but it was also like the type I didn't want to piss him off, So I started talking with him, and yeah, I just started talking with him, and he was he I saw he was hurt, and he's